What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher, and today we are going to be comparing several different areas on the Blackout map that represent various zombies maps to their original counterparts. So these zombies maps span from World at War all the way until Black Ops 3, and they have all been kind of brought together into the Blackout map, and we are going to compare those today. Last weekend we did the multiplayer maps. I asked you guys if you wanted to see more videos like this to hit that like button, and that is exactly what you guys did. So thank you for all the likes on the last video. And if you enjoy this video and want to see more like this one, simply hit that like button and it shows me your support, and I really do appreciate it, guys. But without further ado, let's start comparing these maps. So the most obvious example is what you're watching here. This is Asylum, aka Verruckt from Call of Duty World at War. Now this map was brought back in Black Ops 3 in Zombies Chronicles, but we are going to be comparing it to the original Zombies map from Call of Duty World at War. So first of all, the biggest difference that you're going to see between the two is in Blackout, the Verruckt area is much brighter than it is in Call of Duty World at War. Another big difference is that in Blackout, you were able to go in the center area where the water fountain is, whereas in Call of Duty World at War in the original Zombies map, you could not go in that center area. However, even though there are these large differences between the two maps, it's amazing how much of a great recreation Asylum is of Verruckt from Call of Duty World at War. In fact, the developers even went to the point to take an Easter egg from Verruckt from Call of Duty World at War and put it into Blackout. And that's the fact that if you go to the bathroom area of Verruckt and go to the leftmost toilet and flush the toilet 3 to 4 times, the song Lullaby for a Dead Man actually plays. And they did the exact same Easter egg in both the Verruckt World at War map and the Blackout map in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So while we're talking about Verruckt and Asylum, outside of Asylum and Blackout, there are a couple of areas that are kind of like zombies maps from previous Call of Duty games. The first of which is the Hedge Maze that is outside of Asylum and Blackout. Now, there's this Hedge Maze here, and once you get in it, there's a gazebo on the inside of it, which is exactly the same as the Hedge Maze in the map Buried. And I always get confused whether to call it Buried or Buried or what the proper grammar is behind that, but that doesn't matter, because in Blackout, they put the same hedge maze that they had in the map Buried, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's important to note that the concept is the same. Both of them are a hedge maze with a gazebo in the middle. Actually, Blackout has a gazebo in the middle, but in the actual zombies map, it's actually a water fountain. So that's one difference between them, but the rest of the idea is very similar. But the difference is they are not a one-to-one comparison. The entrances are different. The actual maze itself is different. It's not going to be a one-to-one ratio between the games. Simply the concept is the same. Now, another area similar to this that is once again by Asylum is the graveyard in Blackout. Now, I've seen a lot of people make a lot of comparisons between this graveyard and other areas on zombies maps, as in multiple different zombies maps there are different graveyards. But the one that I found was most similar is actually outside of a zombies map, and that would be outside of Revelations in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, once again, these graveyards are not a one-to-one ratio. It's just, in my opinion, and I also got the opinion of the Lucario Project, a guy I often talk to when I ask about zombie stuff. He and I both thought the best representation of this graveyard is the graveyard outside the map on Revelations. And once again, all of the areas we've talked about thus far are all areas where zombies actually spawn in on the Blackout map. And while we're talking about things from Black Ops 3, we can't forget about the Shadows of Evil boxing ring. So if you go to Rivertown in Blackout and kind of go to the outskirts of it, you can actually go to a boxing ring. And it just so happens that this boxing ring also spawns zombies and a mystery box if you clear a round of zombies. Well, similarly, in Black Ops 3, in the map Shadows of Evil, this exact same boxing ring actually exists. Now, once again, a major difference between the two is the boxing ring in the actual Shadows of Evil zombies map is a lot darker, a lot more grim. Also, on top of that, there are a couple rooms that are available in the Blackout map that are not in the actual zombies map. So even though they look really similar, there are definitely some differences there as well. Now, an interesting thing about the Shadows of Evil area in Blackout is it's not a named location. Now, similar to this, another area that's actually really close to Nuketown Island in Blackout is a diner. Now, this diner just so happens to be the exact same diner that was in the Black Ops 2 zombie map called Transit. Now, if you're playing Transit and you go on the bus just one time, the first location it takes you to is this diner exactly. Now, the interesting thing is these diners are absolutely almost identical. Even to the building beside the actual diner is exactly the same in both games, which I thought was pretty impressive, especially, as I mentioned earlier, for a location on the Blackout map that doesn't even have a name associated with it. So the next area of the Blackout map that we are going to look at is once again a zombies area that has zombies spawn, a mystery box, and represents a previous Call of Duty map. And this area just so happens to be a named location on the Blackout map called Lighthouse. Now, you land here, it's just off the coast of Cargo and off the beach, and it's a very nice sunny area. However, the map that it represents is Call of the Dead and Call of Duty Black Ops 1. And the big difference between these two is this zombies map just so happens to be a very dark, cloudy, foggy, and snowstormy map. Yes, there's a blizzard going on in this map, which is of course very different than the actual Lighthouse on the Blackout map, and that's really where you're going to see the biggest difference. On top of that, there are some areas in the Lighthouse that are available in Call of the Dead that aren't in Blackout, and some in Blackout that aren't available in Call of the Dead. So unlike the Verruckt section, it's not really a one-to-one comparison, but all in all, it's pretty damn close. So every location that we've looked at so far has been a recreation of Zombies map, has zombies that spawn there, and often spawns a mystery box. The final map we are going to look at here has none of those, and that, of course, would be Nuketown Island. So in last weekend's video, I compared Nuketown Island to the Black Ops 1 version of Nuketown, and of course they had incredible similarities. And similar to this, the Nuketown Zombies map from Black Ops 2 has a ton of similarities as well, and I actually think they took a lot of inspiration from both, and in fact, in the future I could make an entire video talking about what it took from each one, and I might do that once the game is actually released, once I have theater mode and all of those assets. But as for right now, let's just simply compare the Zombies map to the Blackout map. And obviously the biggest similarity between the two is how destroyed the buildings are. They look incredibly similar amounts destroyed, like a bomb just went off. And I think that's what's really so similar between these two maps. Obviously, the biggest difference is in Nuketown Island. It's of course a lot bigger with a lot more houses, and underneath Nuketown Island there's a bunker where you can go, and it's almost like a Fallout shelter from the Fallout video games. So the big question is here, why do no zombies spawn on Nuketown Island? And it's a solid question. Maybe they're trying to make it more like the multiplayer maps, or maybe the other reason for it could be is simply Nuketown Island is much larger than the other locations where zombies spawn in. For example, if you look at Diner and Lighthouse, those are very tiny locations. The largest location where zombies actually spawn in is on Asylum, and Asylum is maybe an eighth of the size of Nuketown Island, so it's a very, very big difference. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them add in events maybe around Halloween where Nuketown Island is crazy populated with zombies. But as of right now, after the beta has been completed, there is no zombies spawning in on Nuketown Island. So at this point, we have Asylum, aka Verruckt from Call of Duty World at War, Diner from Transit and Black Ops 2, we've got the Lighthouse from Call of the Dead, we've got Nuketown Island from Black Ops 2, then zombies-inspired areas like the Graveyard and Maze. But the question at this point is, which maps would you like to see added into Blackout? Which maps would you like that were previous zombies maps to be added into the game? Personally, if you ask me, the one that they have to add in at one point or another is the OG zombies map, Noctur Untoten. I think the reason why they gotta have this one is, like I said, it's the original one, the very first zombies map. I think it'd be really easy, first of all, because it's not very big, and second of all, very cool to have the very first zombies map ever made be put back into a Call of Duty game. But guys, like I said, let me know which zombies map you would like to see down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. It shows me that you like these type of videos and you'd like to see more videos like this when the game actually comes out. And of course, guys, if you enjoy the video and want to stay up to date on all my videos, the best way to do so is make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications turned on. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.